Hi, I'm Martyn and I'm going to walk you through my new game, Epoch Early Inventors. Before we begin, I want to say something about the prototype. This is still a prototype, so you can see that the counters here do not match the counters that you've seen that you can see on my Kickstarter page. Epoch Early Inventors takes you back to the Bronze Age, where you become a clan leader and try to gather as much status as possible. You see a landscape of tiles, and at the start all those tiles are face down like this, and during the game the players will discover the tiles and turn them face up. And every tile shows an invention that we made around that time. So there's a bow, there's a shovel, there's rope making, tanning, a lot of things. The players all have a camp that they can move around the game board to explore the tiles, to work for raw material, to gather food, to hunt for deer, or to offer to holy places. In your turn, you can always perform one action, develop one tile and offer to one holy place. And there are a few extras that you can do. This booklet contains an overview of all the actions and other things that you can do in the game, and it's very handy during the game to consult it. One of the actions you can do is explore, and explore means nothing else than, for instance, if my camp is standing there, I can turn to other tiles face up, and in this way you can discover the landscape. Another action you can perform is working. If you're working, you pay a certain amount of food, and then you can throw some dice, and those dice give you work power. For instance, if I have 3 work power and I'm standing in the mountains, I could then buy wood, stone and or flint. I can find these very easily, so they only cost 1 work power each. Or is a bit harder to find, that will cost me 2 work power, and flax and clay cost me 3 work power to find. So for the 3 work power I could take 1 clay, or I could take 3 flint, or 1 stone and 1 ore, or 3 wood. I can spend that in any combination I want. During the game you can move your camp across the game board, but of course walking takes food, and if you walk to the other side of the game board, that will cost you a lot of food. So at some point you might be out of food or almost out of food, and you would have to go gather or fish to get more food. And for instance, if you gather and you are in the mountains, then you get 2 food. If you're on the grasslands, it's easier to find a bit more food, so you get 3 food. Plus a die that you throw that will give you 0 to 2 extra food. You could also go hunting. Hunting will give you deer, and if you butcher those deer in a later turn, it can get you skin, antlers, sinew and or food. You are probably wondering why you would perform all those actions. Well, there are 2 reasons. The first is that you can offer to holy places. For instance, if we take a look at this holy place, if a player is standing next to it, he could offer a rope, an antler and any other material, and then he could place his offer token on it, like yellow has already done there. And at the end of the game that will bring him 5 status, 5 points. There's also another reason, because you can develop cards in the game, like the shovel. If you are standing on this card or next to it, you can put a bronze or 3 antler plus a food plus a wood back into the stock. And if you do that, you can then place your hut on this tile as a reminder that you invented the shovel. I've tried to stay as close to reality as possible in this game. So for instance, for casting bronze, to develop that you need stone or clay for an oven, you need wood, not only to make a fire but also for the bellows, and you need leather or skin as well for the bellows. And once you have those things then you're all set to invent casting bronze. And from the moment that you've done that, you can make bronze from ore. To give you an idea of the gameplay, I'm going to perform one turn, that of yellow. Yellow's camp is standing over there, and yellow would like to develop the canoe, and to do that he would need to put 2 skins, 2 wood and 1 food back into the stock. And he does have 2 skins and he does have the food, but he doesn't have the wood that he needs. So he is going to work. Yellow is going to pay 3 food, and that 3 food makes it possible for him to throw 3 dice. Plus he gets 1 more work power. So as you can see, in total he has got 4 work power. So now I'm going to use that work power to get raw materials. My camp is standing in the forest, so I can easily find wood for 1 work power. Flax is 2 work power, and stone, flint or clay is 3 work power. I want 2 wood, so that would be 2 work power. So for 2 work power I could take 2 wood. Then I have 2 work power left. But I would like a stone as well. Unfortunately, a stone is 3 work power. However, there is a solution, because green has developed an axe. So I'm going to give 1 of my status to green, and then I can use the axe from green. And what the axe does is of course depicted in this booklet. The axe makes it possible for me to take 4 wood for half the work that it would normally cost me to get it. As you can see here, it would cost me 1 work power for 1 wood. So I can take, but now it will cost me only half of that. So now I can take 2 wood for 1 work power. Which means that I have 3 work power left, and for those 3 work power I'm going to take 1 stone. And now I can develop the canoe, because like you saw, for 2 wood, 2 skins and 1 food I can develop the canoe and place my hut on it. The canoe allows me to paddle onto the water and also through marshes very easily. And it also allows me to carry extra materials with me, because normally I can only carry a max of 5 materials, but if I'm moving with my canoe I can take 5 extra, so I can easily carry these 3 extra with me. So yellow is going to move its camp, and it's going to move via the water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow moved through the water and the marshes. That's very easily, of course, with a canoe. In the grasslands you can also move with your canoe, but it's a bit harder because you have to follow the streams. So that costs me a bit more food. And now yellow's camp is standing next to this holy place. And yellow would like to offer materials to the holy place. This holy place asks 2 out of 3, so you have to offer 2 out of the 3 combinations depicted. And yellow has got 2 stone, but he doesn't have 2 rope. He's got 1 rope, and he's got 2 flax. But rope, of course, is being made from flax. Green invented rope making, and yellow already paid green 1 status to use his card, so now he can make a rope. And to make a rope you have to pay 2 flax and 1 food, and you can turn that into 3 ropes. 1, 2, 3. So now he can offer 2 ropes and 2 stones. They go back into the stock, and yellow can place an offer token on this holy place. Epoch Early Inventors is a very open game in that it allows you to do pretty much anything you like. But to win the game, you not only need to develop a lot of tiles, because they bring a lot of status, and offer to the Holy Places, because they bring a lot of status too. But you also have to make good use of the tiles of the other players. And because of the bonus that you get for offering to many holy places, the last few rounds of the game are always very exciting, where every player tries to offer to at least 3 holy places, and if possible to the 4th as well. If you want to know exactly how everything works, you'll have to watch the complete walkthrough or read the game rules. Or you could back the project and discover the game itself in a few months' time.